BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports. The Jackson Rockabillys, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spot even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
And we are back, and now you can hear me. I'm on mic 2 instead of mic 1, and long story here, but welcome to Walter Kilzer Stadium. And the Peabody team, this is their 103rd year of playing football. It is the 37th year for Jackson Christian. Jackson Christian comes into this game with a 1-0 record. Peabody an 0-1 record, having lost to USJ last week in a real white knuckler of a game. And we will remind you that this game is being produced on the BallGame Blitz TV Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios on the Jackson Christian Facebook page. It'll be archived on YouTube tonight under Worthy Road's YouTube page. This is a copyright broadcast of Worthy Road Studios for 2023. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. I'm Coach Joe Holloway. I'll be calling the game from the Jackson Christian perspective. My good friends and colleagues, Dan Hughes and Terry Clement, will be doing the Peabody commentary. And, of course, we have USJ, TCA, Peabody, and Union and Bethel as some of the teams that we call games for. The Blacksmith Restaurant, one of our advertisers. This is the Great American Sports pregame show. And we're a little late because we weren't sure. We just got word. Terry received the word from down on the field that the game will start as close to time as possible, maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds late. 4:46 still on the clock. And we have given you one timeout. Very quickly, let's do some starting lineups because we weren't sure that we weren't going to have to wait a little longer. The captains are starting to come out. But the quarterback for Peabody tonight is supposed to be Jerry Donnell. He's a junior, has some injuries. The running back, and he had a great game last week with 144 yards, is number 9, DJ Smith. The wideout, number 11, Jaquan Kinney, a senior. And another wideout, number 5, Landon Yarborough. Mikael Wilkes wears 13. He's a wideout. Billy Wilkins is the other wideout. He wears number 8. Tight end and a blocking back, halfback. Sometimes they'll use 55, Zay Skinner there. The left tackle is Ace Meadows. You've heard about him. He has several schools chasing him. Left guard, 57, Chandler Milan. The center tonight for Peabody, Dalton Moody, 65. The right guard is Garrison Brown, 52. And Matthew Comer, 58, is the starting right tackle. The kicker is Derek Dahan, and he is a sophomore. For your Jackson Christian School Eagles, led by Darby Palmer, 7th year, 41-28, winning as coach in Jackson Christian history. And somebody up here asked, more than Brian Stewart? Yes, more than Brian Stewart, Eric Cohu, actually. Now, the starting at quarterback, number 11, Austin Kelly, the junior. Deuce Lawrence will start at running back. Daniel Green, number 85, at tight end. The center tonight is the senior Eli Gay, wearing 61 at right guard. Ty Smith wearing number 60. Number 53 at right tackle is Hunter Waldrop. And, of course, the left tackle is Tristan Nash, wearing 58 like his brother Tacker. Hudson Neubauer is playing the left guard. He wears number 56. And the wideouts are 22, Trent Carrier, 88, Jack Collins, 23, Jalen Mosley, and 88, we've got Jack on here twice. That's my fault. But those are the wideouts. You'll see Daniel Green go to several different spots. Number 14, Zach Cisco, is your punter and your extra point and field goal man. The referees are coming out. And for Peabody, one of their captains will be Chandler Milan. He wears number 57. Number 8, Billy Wilkins, and 62. And I will check my roster for 62, and I will have to pick him up. Our captains, of course, that looks like Daniel Green coming out. Looks like number 60, Ty Smith, Austin Kelly, and Caleb Newsom. And we are looking for a great contest. We have the coin toss. Jackson Christian will call. We'll fill in with some stats as we go along and highlights. Wished we had a longer pregame show, but we really weren't sure when to try to crank this thing up. And 62 for them is Emilio Barrientos. Band is waiting and for the Peabody appearance. Jackson Christian waiting to make their appearance. They are in the northwest corner, if my directions are right. The coin is tossed. And it looks like they are going to pat Peabody on the shoulder. And Peabody usually takes it first, just like we do. We're in a very unusual position. Only once when we won the toss have we turned down taking the football. Peabody likes to do the same thing. They are coached by a really nice young man, just like Darby Palmer is. They are coached by Shane Jacobs, and Shane is 93-17 overall, his 9th season, and they are back in Division I AA. We are just about ready for the teams, and Peabody will make their appearance here in just a moment. So will Jackson Christian. The Jackson Christian supporters and Jackson Christian are on the far side of the field from the press box. And let's see, here come the Eagles. And the reason I was hesitating, I was checking jerseys out, and thank goodness they've got the solid number white jerseys on. Remember the old ones that used to have that, and the Tide shows up where they are decked out all in black with yellow numerals. And I remember coming here, the former field, if you ask about it, they used to play at a long time ago, was Freed Field. This is Walter Kilzer Stadium, which this is named for one of their legendary coaches. I'll tell you this, Wallace Wade, that coached at both Alabama and Georgia, coached here at one time. And R.A. Long, for those of you that know O'Neal Henley, that was O'Neal Henley's high school coach. R.A. played here at Peabody. And I never got to play on this nice campus. In the 60s, we played at what was called Historic Freed Field. Zach Cisco will kick off. He's very capable of reaching the end zone. We'll see who for Jackson Christian, or actually Peabody, will receive it. I'm so used to us receiving the football first. We'll get the Peabody offensive chart out of here first. And it'll be interesting to see if Donald does come out here for them. And we will check. Looks like one of the kickoff return people will be Smith. And Kenny may be the other one. We'll check that, double check it. And it is Jawan Kenny, who wears number 11. They'll be the deepest men. And, of course, we are in a unique setup. I'm used to looking at the field. I don't watch the monitor hardly at all. And for a couple of these things, I will have to watch. You see Zach Cisco, he's got it teed up. And the way it is sitting, it looks like he is going for distance, although this talented young former soccer player can do a lot of things with it. He's going to boot it deep. It's going to be a little short of the goal line, and they say it was a half-yard short, coming up the field, breaking to the right. And about the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. That was the good running back, Smith, who had 144 yards last week. Here's the replay, and we'll get to see. And I believe here comes the replay. Now, we are just about ready to run our first play, but Jackson Christian goes 3. Well, 2 down, now 3 down, 1 stand up. And is that the dog linebacker or not? Or did a safety come up? Now we got a young man coming off the field, and that's number 5, Landon Yarborough. And they send 8 out there, Billy Wilkins. First play, a little bit of a high snap. The handoff to Smith. He's going to get down to the 30, a gain of about 6. We'll get a replay. Let's see where they put his knee, though. That's always it. Actually, they gave him an extra yard. It looks like 2nd and 3, and that one's a pickup of 7. Smith in the backfield. This is a spread, not the pistol. They clap, and here comes Smith again. Oh, faking us off is Donald keeping the football, and he's got the first down and more all the way down to the 40, and it'll be the first down. And they are in their hurry-up offense. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the left hash mark. They check the sideline for it. Now here is a flag dropped. And those are some of the mistakes I believe that Peabody made last year, or last game. And we'll record that as the first penalty of the night. You want to stay out of these long situations. And we will put that, it'll be on the 37. First and 15, here's the handoff. Coming around, gets to the 40-yard line, a pickup of 3. Second and 12. Running the football was Wilkins. Wilkins with that pickup. Slot left. You got a wing back to the right with a wide out. Quick throw out here. Jackson Christian read that when it's supposed to be the quick screen with a one-man lead block. The catch was made. Third and still about 12. That was Kenny catching the football. 1-for-1 passing for Donald. You've got a wing back left with 2 wide outs to the left. Single set carrier out here covering that. We're in a 1-high safety, and we could disguise coverage and drop back into a 2-high. But this is looking more like the 1-high. Now, they've got us outnumbered at the point of attack to the left side right now. It's going to be the quick pass, and it is dropped incomplete. Donald goes to 1 and 2, passing the football. It'll be 4th and about 11 and a half, actually, way the spot was. See Ace Meadows, their big lineman. Watch for number 50. And going back will be the speedy Jack Collins, who can steal bases at a hiccup in baseball. He can run fast. Remember, last year he took a couple to the house when he picked them off and actually turned a game around with one of his interceptions. Behind the punter, they used the 3-blocker setup. We've had a chance at it. This one a little shorter. Will it take? It takes a Peabody bounce, and they are very happy about that. It'll get down to about the 36 and a half, maybe the 37, depending on the spot of the football. Will it be a left-footed or a right-footed spot? I always like to see which one that is. And they get for them, a very good spot. It would have been close to move it back. Jackson Christian 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield, slot right. They send the man in motion. That's Collins, the pitch. And sometimes that's a pass. One man played it very good, and a second man, they set it up, made the tackle after a short gain. Here comes the replay. You'll get to see that. The pitch to Jack Collins, and that one is a lateral that time. And we let a block slip. They slowed us up. 13 for them. Gets in there after a gain of about, we're going to call it 3. It's really closer to 4, but I do kind of grind things sometimes. 41-yard line is where it is. Wide side to the left. Here comes Carrier in motion. Peabody adjusts their defense. We set up the snap. Inside handoff to Deuce Lawrence, and one of their linebackers came through there untouched. Number 10, Jaden Jennings. And Lawrence is going to lose yardage. Jaden Jennings, he had 3 solos last week for them. So a loss of 2. It's going to make it 3rd and 8, a throwing situation. Deuce Lawrence goes out. This looks like the 5-out formation. No Deuce is coming out of the game. Easton Jones wearing number 0 coming in there. It's a change from last year's. 1 receiver. That's Jalen Mosley by himself. Kelly backs up. They send a man in motion. That's Carrier. Peabody's going to bring one off the edge, it looks like. 4 down linemen in the 4-3, and they do. 5-man rush. It's out to Mosley. He beats 1 man, but will he beat 2? It's going to be close. The body lean, it depends on where they spot the football. And I don't trust officials on spots. Sometimes they spot where the football gets, sometimes the knee. I've even seen them give it where the head is. But I can tell you what it is. Mosley has caught the football and taken it about 9 yards and gotten the first Jackson Christian first down. Austin Kelly, the junior quarterback, had serious injuries in baseball last year that might have cost him some of this season. He has bounced back, and he is tough. They fake over the middle. They hit Mosley on that look in, slant in, whatever you want to call it. And Mosley's going to pick up about 13, and he's got his second catch and the second first down of the night for the Eagles. 2 first downs, both by the pass. It's in Peabody territory at the Peabody 39 over on the right hash mark. Collins will come to the left. I see Carrier going to the right along with Mosley. Mosley will go in motion, but it's not going to be a jet sweep, I can tell you that right now. He'll reset the way they're doing the play. They have stretched it, and I think they got in the neutral zone, but no call on it. Here's the quick one again. It was supposed to be a slant in, and Mosley held up wisely, got it. He gets across the 35 down to about the 33, so a pickup of at least 6. And it is 6 yards. 28 yards on 3, and Austin Kelly 3 for 3 now, the junior quarterback. Jack Collins comes to the left. He is off the line of scrimmage. Slot right. They send Collins in motion. Will it be the pitch? It is to the speedy Collins. He cuts it up behind the block. Collins has got the first down and more, down to about the 26-yard line. 3 first downs, the first one by run. And this is a good Peabody defense, I can tell you, folks. Ask USJ about that, because Peabody was all over the place. It is 1st and 10. 2 to the left. There's a wing back to the right. They fake, reverse out, lots of pressure. Kelly gets a block, looking, slings the javelin down the field, and it is caught. And it is a touchdown on a great play, and we'll get to see the replay of that one. And let's see if that's Carrier. Well, here is Kelly, and he's got a strong arm. He throws it up in the air, and no, that is Easton Jones. Zach Cisco on, Kelly to hole. The kick is up. The kick is good, and Jackson Christian leads Peabody at the 5:22 mark, 7-0. Let's take a 1-minute timeout on the Worthy Road Jackson Christian Network.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
And we are back after an exciting touchdown pass from Kelly to Easton Jones. It was a 22-yard pass officially. Or let me check that and make sure I'm right. 27 yards officially. Zach Cisco to kick off. 5:22 to go in a hot contest. It has dropped down to, depending on whose thermometer you're using, 88 or 89. The heat index is a little higher than that. And Smith is back for them, and Kenny. Smith wearing number 9, and remember, he had 144 yards rushing last week for them. This will be the Tide's second possession with the football. Cisco's got it up there. He is ready to approach. This one a shorter kick end over end. Coming down in Kenny's direction. He starts with a middle return, and he gets a nice hold. Almost broke a tackle, but getting a leg lock on him was number 4. That is Carlos Robertson, or actually Robinson. And it'll be Peabody 1st and 10 from their own 40. They'll send Kenny out to the left. There is a slot man there, number 7, Quintarius Brooks. Got an H-back. They're going to run the football. This is Smith. Good body lean across the 40, and actually it was set up on about the 36. So we'll change. I've got to learn not to trust scoreboards. Pickup of about 4 for Smith. He's got 11 yards on the night so far. 2 receivers wide, a wing back to the left, 1 single receiver to the right, and he looks like he's going to be single covered. And we are disguising, and again, it's hard to tell whether we're in a 1 high or a 2 high safety. Donald gets the football. He's going to keep it himself. He's got blockers out in front of him, but sifting under there and making a great hit is number 25, James Dyer, for the Eagles. It's still a pickup of a couple of yards. It's going to leave it third and 4. And David Wade asked the question, is it artificial turf? No, this is very good grass here. They do a good job with it. 3rd and 4. Again, same setup. They fake to Smith. They come. They've got the first down depending on the spot of the football, and it is a complete pass. And that is to Kenny. That's his second catch of the night. And so it's 1st and 10, the second first down for Peabody. You almost have to play press coverage on Peabody's receivers. And it is a 1st and 10. They are at their own 47, they being the Peabody Golden Tide. Single receiver out here. Carrier picks him up. Wingback is to the right this time. 2 receivers to the left. They bump into each other. Donald is flushed out of the pocket, and he is slung down by number 18. And that young man can come after you. Gavin Walker, the 6'4", 220-pound junior. And he had some hurries last week and 1 big tackle and 1 for loss. And that is a big loss for Donald. It makes it 2nd and a $2 cab ride. You got to watch these $2 cab rides. I think they're up to $5. Uber will charge you $25 for it. It is 2nd down, 2:49 to go here in the first quarter. And we're going to have a reverse. Jackson Christian did not keep anybody home. There's a block in the back that the official's standing right over and missed. Nice carry there, though. Running the football was Wilkes. It is 3rd and almost 12. You all know the familiar phrase, and I love it. It sounds so good when it comes out of Terry Clement's mouth, but they are behind the chains. They need 12, a passing situation, but a nice call of a reverse then, and we've got to keep a defensive end or somebody home and turn the play back in. Here comes Donald back, looking, throws, and the receiver had to come back for it. Looked like Jack Collins on the tackle. Need my binoculars. But even though he completed that pass, it's going to be 4th down. A gain of about 6. And it's a punting situation for the Golden Tide. They bring Derek DeHaan, the senior, who also can play linebacker and fullback if needed. They're missing one of their blocking backs. Here comes 52 streaking on the field, Garrison Brown, to help his teammates out. He's the swinging gate part of that three-man blocking form. Back deep, we'll check that. It's usually Jack Collins right now, but DeHaan gets time. Nice high punt. Turns over, everybody backs off. A great bounce for Peabody down inside of the Jackson Christian 10 and down at about the 7. And that punt went a long, long way. About 41 yards, I think. Yeah, but it's Jackson Christian's football, and they are a long way from pay dirt. A 1st and 10. Eagles take over on the 7. They'll come straight from the huddle to the line of scrimmage. Field position has flipped quite a bit right now. We know Austin Kelly will come out. We see Deuce Lawrence out there. Got a wing back or an H-back to the right. 3 receivers to the left. With a tight end, they send a man in motion. They want the toss. And again, Peabody reads it well. We break a tackle, and we're lucky if we get back to the line of scrimmage. Carrier gets it, but actually may have lost, and he did lose some ground. -3 on that one. And now it's 2nd and 13. And they actually spotted the ball at a little different mark. The markings and some of the lines a little hard to see. 14 seconds and counting. They send a man in motion. That's Mosley. It's slow motion, though. He'll set up as a slot. Here's the give. Straight ahead to Deuce Lawrence, and not much there. That ends the first quarter. Jackson Christian up 7-0. We'll take a timeout and come back for second quarter action on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
And we are back here with Jackson Christian holding a 7-0 lead after 12 minutes of play. We're ready to start the second quarter. But, folks, I'll tell you right now, bad field position, very bad field position. And the ball is on the 8-yard line. Third down at about 12 yards to go, I believe. No, it's 3rd and 10. Jackson Christian will come straight to the line of scrimmage. The officials let both teams know that they need to come out to play. Peabody will come up and adjust their defense. Carrier will come to the right. Mosley is in a slot, or is he on the line of scrimmage? But there's 2 receivers to the right. He's off the line because Green, the tight end, is on that side. So 2 receivers off over there. Tight end to the right of the formation. Peabody ready to rush 4, and they've got a man loose. And that one is incomplete, and a rapidly fired pass. And I have that as Kelly's first miss. Pass was intended for Daniel Green, and it's a punting situation, and Zach Cisco will be punting from his own end zone. Let's see if Peabody mounts some kind of rush. And they are anticipating, Peabody is, the kick not going as far as Zach usually kicks it. Looks like Kenny. I could only see some slight numbers of the 11. They did get through, and Cisco got it off. They say it was touched, so no foul when he was bumped into. And they came through like there was nobody there to block them. First and 10 tied deep in Jackson Christian territory. And we'll see where they officially spot it. I'm not going to trust anything so far. It's on the 36.5-yard line. We'll call it the 36. Peabody back with the football, and they will stay a lot with the H-back, wing-back, two receivers to the left, one running back, straight handoff. It was supposed to be the RPO, but there was no read. And it's going to be a gain of at least 5.5 or 6 yards by Smith. And let's see where the spot is. Interesting spot. I thought the young man deserved another half yard. 2nd and 5. In Jackson Christian territory, the ball just short of the 30-yard line. The snap and no snap, and this looked like three Stooges confusion in a situation. Both teams confused, but this one will cost Peabody 5, and I know that's one thing Coach Jacobs wants to avoid because it was penalties and mistakes that hurt them at USJ last week. Come back. Probably haven't changed the play unless they change it at the line, but they haven't looked over for anything. Slot left to Donald. They're going to hand to Smith again on the RPO, and he's going to get back down to about the 30 and gain some of that yardage back. Driven back by a host of Eagles. And looks like they're bringing in some more formidable beef on the situation. 3rd and about 4.5. Now, let's see what happens with our secondary. I see Roland adjusting. And this one looks like a wildcat, but you can still run a direct hand. And it is straight to the quarterback. He's going to run. He gets the first down and deep into the secondary, fumbles it, and coming up with it is number 7 for Jackson Christian, Brooks Goff, with the fumble recovery. He had the first down yardage. We're going to see a replay of that. Nice run. That actually was Smith. I said wildcat, and then I didn't change. But what a recovery by Brooks Goff. And Jackson Christian gets the football. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line of Jackson Christian. On the right hash mark. Closest, as you see, to the Peabody bench. And they got Deuce Lawrence in the backfield along with Austin Kelly. And they're going to send Mosley in motion. That's slow motion, so you know there's no jet sweep when it looks like that. He'll set up wide out to the left, single coverage unless there is a safety that's got an eye on him. They throw for Mosley. It's jump ball, and Mosley's got it. He could go all the way. He looks back. The man hustles after him from Peabody, but give him 6. What do we have? Touchdown, Jackson Christian and Jalen Mosley. And he went about 77 yards, I believe, on that one. Don't forget that Mosley is a high jumper in basketball. He can go up and clean the rebound. So Mosley goes 73 yards or 77 yards, and the kick is up by Zach Cisco. The kick And it's 13-0. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back after 1 minute.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000. We are back with 10:01 to go in the second quarter of play. Zach Cisco will kick off after missing that extra point. 13-0 is your score. Jackson Christian leading. Peabody has Kenny back and Smith in their deepest spots. Cisco has not reached the end zone in this game. Came up about a half-yard short a while ago. And we will see what we've got in store. Denton also back that way. This one again is going to come up short and come down about the 6. And there's a hole that you could drive a Mack truck through, and only a saving couple, 2 men tackled him. One of them was Carlos Roberson, who was in on the last kickoff return, and the other one was number 10, Everett Scott. But somebody got out of their lane, and that one came close to going to the house. Great field position for Peabody. They're on their own 48. Ball between the hash marks. Donald comes out, Jerry Donald, the junior. Smith in the background. Again, the slot left. Wide out to the right. They're going to send a man in motion, but it won't be, and he'll set up. Like I said, it took too long for it to have been a jet sweep. They'll give on the handoff, trying the left side of the line, and this time, big number 75 rumbled in there for Jackson Christian. And I think I saw the wrong number. It's probably number 79, and that would be the big man himself, Cedric Anderson. Because we don't have a 75. Come on, Coach, get with the program. 2nd and 13 for Peabody. Donald and Smith again working the backfield. And they give to Donald. He wants to sweep, cuts it back against the grain, needs to break a tackle, but Easton Jones was wrapped up on him. And that time Easton Jones was wrapped up him like white on rice, tackling him. Defense now. Donald had the last time he threw the football, he had a good play and executed it well. And number 16, Cordell McFields, looks like he is the furthest man to the right. There is a slot there. Single receiver, single covered by carrier, one high safety. Play is now being signaled in after they see the Jackson Christian defense. Kai White in the middle, the wingback adjust. Here's Donald. They got a man in the flat. He's looking. They're chasing him. He's going to beat the contain. And did he catch it? The official says he was out of bounds. So no catch. It'll be 4th down. Incomplete, a punting situation. Looks like Jack Collins will go back deep. And we got a little freeze here on the picture, but that's okay. You get to look at all of our great young men and the Peabody young men. And we're ready for play. Kind of a spread punt formation, and our man for Peabody, Garrison Brown, gets back out there again. I have a feeling Coach Jacobs will talk to him. Very instructional coach. He's the gatekeeper, I call it. He closes his gate. This one with the foot locked a little bit will go out of bounds, and they triangulate this in officiating, and they'll walk it back up, and we'll see where they spot it. And it's going to be on the 32-yard line, and that's where Jackson Christian takes over. Not really great field position for Jackson Christian, but they do have 2 scores on the board at the 8:13 mark. And again, they come straight from the line of scrimmage, or from the sideline to the line of scrimmage. Looks like Green will set up as a tight end to the right. Carrier is in a wingback, slot left. They send Mosley in motion, and he'll set up as the most outside receiver to the right, but he is off the line of scrimmage. There's one over the middle. They've got the big man, Green. He's going to rumble a little bit. This will be a foot race, and the big man, he gets caught from behind, but not after till a great gain had happened from our 32 all the way down to Peabody territory, and I've got that as the 4th first down to their 23. And that's a 45-yard situation. 5 for 6. 45 yards unofficially. Greg Armour will come in here and give you the stats. It is 1st and 10 for the Eagles as they are in Peabody territory at the 24 is where it now is spotted. Send a man in motion, a little crossing action, pull the guard out in front, and making something out of nothing was Deuce Lawrence with that one block, and it was a good one. That was number 60 out there blocking, and that had to be our man Ty Smith leading that play. Didn't get to see if the left guard pulled. 7:30 to go. The ball went out of bounds, and they say there was no game. Interesting. So Deuce at least held position. Wide side of the field to the right. 2 men in the backfield, along with Austin Kelly. Slot right. They look for the little toss. They look over the middle. They've got a receiver, and he'll be down inside the 5, and that looked like Trent Carrier. Carrier about 20 yards and a first down on that reception. 5th first down. Unofficially 6 for 7 for Austin Kelly. I can't even read my own handwriting tonight. That's one of those nights. You can't read mine for sure. It's chicken scratching. Talking to Dan Hughes, who's with Terry on the Peabody broadcast. Keeping the football and waltzing into the end zone untouched is Austin Kelly. He takes it 5 yards for the touchdown. And Austin, I know he is excited about that. It's a run in the second quarter at the 6:56 mark. Zach Sisko comes on with the Kelly hold. Now, it looks like the official is giving a few, and sometimes it's good to do a little preventative officiating. The snap, the kick is up, and they had a good rush on it. And the extra point this time is good. It is 20-0. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout with Jackson Christian leading.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Jackson Christian owns a 20-0 lead, but do not count Peabody out. They have speed to burn and a very dangerous man, D.J. Smith. He nearly broke the last one, and we've not reached the end zone. And I got a feeling that sometimes the air in heat like this does not make it where you can kick it into the end zone. Let's see what the coaching staff and Zach Cisco has this time. Jackson Christian will have to stay in their lanes. And I see a young man that can make the tackle now. They're going to pooch kick it up in the air. Thought they might get fair catch. It's fumbled, and Peabody will get on it. But, boy, was that dangerous with that loose football bouncing around there. Denton gets on it for them. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Tide. First and 10 for the Tide. Donald comes back out. Collins will come to this side to play defense as a cornerback. And he may be aided there by Mason Vaughn. Right now we've got single coverage and playing with a now it becomes a one high safety. It was a two high. They're showing a little different look to Donald. It snapped to him. He's just going to keep it and run with the football. We want to set the corner. You got to pin him on the cutback and a couple of yard gain, but not bad defense by Jackson Christian. And we'll look and see if we see that play again. Of course, very quick to the line of scrimmage, and they may actually make about 5 out of it. 2nd and 5. Basically the stack formation out here to the left. A single receiver to the right. Smith in the backfield. It's snapped to Donald. It's given to Smith on the RPO. He broke one tackle, and I'm going to tell you what, again, Easton Jones bulldogged him down. And it did not make the first down, only a pickup of a couple. Actually, it'll be 3. 3rd and 1, a big possession down. The Eagles would love to hold here. 5:48 and counting. 20-0 lead Jackson Christian, but needing to stop. And they have a huge offensive line. Splits are cut down just a little bit. Let's see if Smith or Donald handle it. They're not throwing the football this time. It's going to be Donald straight up in there. He gets a good lead block. Did the body lean get it for him? It looks like it did. And it is good enough for a Peabody first down. Good body lean by Jerry Donald then, but he had some good lead blocks up in there. Big Cedric Anderson on the nose for Jackson Christian. 6'3", 375-pound senior, made all-region last year. 1st and 10, here's Donald. He hesitates, he looks, he gets through there like he was shot out of it, and he's gone, folks. He's going to go all the way. Check for the flags, and there's none. He is going to take the ball 56 yards for a touchdown, and this is what you have to watch out of him. He is a very good runner. 56 yards on the run. He broke a tackle on that. And this is Donald, and this has brought this game back much closer. 4:56 mark, DeHaan in. And does that missed extra point opportunity loom big? I see Ace Meadows coming off the field, and I would not sure why. Ace has offers, I know, from Tennessee State and MTSU. He's just a junior. He's going to get a bunch more. And he's kind of bent over. It's hot out there. But Derek DeHaan, the kicker, came into this season or this game 1 for 1. They're trying to time the rush. He'll get this one off. It's up. It looks good, and they say it is good. It is 20-7. Jackson Christian still with the lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout and come back.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We are back with Jackson Christian in the lead, 20-7, but after that 56-yard run by Donald, and Jerry Donald is capable of that type of run any time that he carries the football. You could almost get into a wildcat situation with him. Derek Smith, or DJ Smith, I should say, is a very good blocker and a very capable ball handler himself. DeHaan will be kicking off. Jackson Christian would like to counter that touchdown right here and run the time down. Then they would get the football in the second half, but that's not always possible. Keep an eye on the way that DeHaan sets the football up on the tee. You can learn a lot from that. And we will send a couple of men back. The deepest one will be Jack Collins, and we'll try to check the numbers. DeHaan will walk away from it, and he is talented with his foot. He can do a couple of things with it. Mason Vaughn, one of those young men, back deep. We'll check the far side in just a moment. Have to look through our screen here. And they kick it away from Jack, and they kick it to Mason Vaughn. He's at the 20. The 25, he gets hit there, breaks a tackle, gets across to about the 27-yard line, and is tackled by Edward Agnew. So Jackson Christian will go on offense at around the 27, maybe the 28, depending on the spot. And it will be the 28. And again, remember, the Eagles will come straight to the line of scrimmage. They already know their play. They could change it, though, because we signal our plays in. Peabody will show a four-man front, but they have been bringing one of the corners or a linebacker off into the backfield. We have not picked it up well at times. We've been able to get the passes off. A while ago, Kelly ran the football. Green is a tight end to the right, trips left. Short pass to Mosley. He needed blocking, and if he gets back to the line of scrimmage, it'll be good. He probably doesn't. We'll see what the spot does. And they actually say he lost a half yard. Second and 11. There was no blocking on that play. He looked like he had a magnet attached to him, and all the Peabody players had metal on their bodies that brought him to him. Second and 11. Trips to the right this time. The deepest man in the trips is Mosley, and they're going to try it again, but they faked it. They've got Collins and overthrown and good coverage by number 7, Quintarius Brooks for Peabody. Seven for 9 unofficially for Kelly, and he's faced with a big 3rd and 11. And when we say he is the quarterback, but the whole team has that fake, the wide side of the field to the right. And that was great coverage by Kelly then on the intended receiver, Jack Collins. Now a little bit of confusion, not much, but here's Carrier out here. Single coverage on Carrier. They're going to roll away. They throw the middle screen, the big man Green. He's going to rumble for about 7, maybe 8, but he's going to be short of a first down. And actually he gets about 9 out of that. Surprising. Interesting spots tonight. And Tab Val or somebody on the Peabody staff has called a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them. Let's take a 30-second timeout on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. It is 4th down and 1. Decisions being made right here. Tab Val talking to his defense. Also, Coach Jacobs. Tab's got that visor on, and he works hard. Old South Fulton boy who used to coach at Northside for a while. And, of course, I have been at Northside when he was there. Coach Driggers was at Humboldt. I did a one-year thing for Humboldt after retirement to help them out, and he was there and at Southside. And they're trying to set the defense and decide. Right now, the offense is still huddled around the offensive coaches for Jackson Christian. The OC is Will Reichert, our defensive coordinator, Rob Phillips, helped by Alan Irvin, Brian Bullard, Lewis Gillum, Josh White, Avery Williamson, and Chuck Ray, and Greg Armour, of course, our fine statistician. Oh, gambling here. It's 4th and a good one. And when we say good, here comes a linebacker. They try Mosley. He dances. Look at that. The young man with that one quick step got the first down. Mosley is something to, lo and behold, the 138th player in America as far as the class of 2025 or 24. And it is another first down, the 6th one. And going straight ahead is Lawrence. If he gets one, I will thank the officials personally. And it's not because of him. Peabody got great penetration with that 4-man front. The linebackers closed very quickly. And I'm going to tell you what, I thank you, Mr. Officials. 2nd, 8.5. Here's the pass to the big man, Green. He's rumbling, but a nice tackle there by Kenny. But another first down, and Jackson Christian on the move. Green with his 3rd catch of the night. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 2:58 mark. 1st and 10, they're in tied territory. The long pass. They got Mosley out there, but the ball hung up. Mosley got it anyway. He won't get it into the end zone, but he should be down about the 3-yard line. 42 yards, and Mosley continues to amaze. 6 catches already on the night, and a Peabody player down. That's a cramp. Get the pickle juice and the mustard out after they push that. Well, they're going to get him up, and I think he's going to be able to kind of walk it off. And folks need to give Cordell McFields a hand just for getting up. At halftime, when the mics are off, I'm going to ask Terry and Dan if they are pickle juice or mustard guys when they had cramps.
Joe, I usually have those about 1 in the morning.
1 in the morning. Then you're a pickle juice guy.
That's right.
Okay, that solves that problem very quick.
Terry's too young.
It is 1st and goal from the 3 for the Eagles. Unofficially 9 for 11. Kelly back in the backfield. Lawrence. 3 receivers to the left. And now a timeout has been called by Peabody. They want to talk it over. We're going to talk it over and take a 1-minute timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
We are back as the teams get ready to line up. It's first and goal from the 3. The offensive line of Nash, Neubauer, Gay, Smith, and Waldrop did a great job giving Austin time to throw that pass to Mosley, who's on the good hands team anyway. The wide side of the field, they fake, they give to Deuce Lawrence. He sees goal, but a nice ankle tackle kept him short as 7. Quintarius Brooks knifed in there, and it's short of a first down. Or of the goal line. New personnel coming in, and Big Cedric has come to the field, and this may be the jumbo package that y'all have been waiting to see. It was seen one time in a scrimmage game, and it is the jumbo package. Kai White also wearing 44 in there as an H-back, and there's the beef. It's right in the middle of the line. Handoff straight ahead, and it looks like 6. What do we have? Touchdown, Jackson Christian. And and Cisco on for the extra point. That was in the jumbo package. Here's the snap. It's a little low. Cisco gets it up, and the officials say it's good. It is 27-7 with 1:42 left to go here in the first quarter, or actually second quarter play. Let's take a 30-second timeout.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
We are back, and I wanted to give Caleb Newsom credit. What a job. That jumbo package, it worked in that scrimmage game with Westview, and it looked good again tonight. And Big Cedric. But offensive line has really settled down because early the Peabody front 4 and a couple of their linebackers were giving us all kinds of grief, and give that offensive line credit. Zach Cisco nailed that extra point. It's 27-7. Now we got to watch. Smith nearly broke one a while ago. He'll be the deepest man. Let's see if it's a pooch kick or if we try the end zone. Kenny is back there also, deep. Cisco has set the football up, moves his feet, and this one, it may go. No, it's going to stay in bounds. They don't fair catch it. They run, but into decent coverage, but we didn't tackle, and Peabody's runner is driving it across the 45. And tell you what, good field position for Peabody. Super job on them. We're going to have to – I can hear Coach Darby. He's a teaching coach, but on the things like that, he will instruct the young men in a positive manner. See Eli Craig coming to this side, the linebacker. Also Jack Collins, Mason Vaughn. We've got two safeties back there, rolling one of them. Probably, let's see if Easton Jones goes back there. He plays the eagle position. Peabody comes with their wing right, a wide out to the right, two receivers to the left, one man in the backfield. That's Smith. And now they jump. And you see the young men pointing and helping the officials out a little bit. And so that'll cost Peabody 5. And these are the things, Coach Jacobs and his staff, they are so meticulous. They work so hard, and the young men don't need to shoot themselves in the foot with those 5-yarders. Makes it 1st and 15 with 1:34 left in the first half of play. Jackson Christian will get it in the second half. The fake, Donald gets outside the contain, wants to throw the football. He's got a receiver, and it bounced on the ground, and the official has called it properly. So an incomplete pass. .128 to go. It's 2nd and 15. Peabody getting the play signaled in. Looks like that Brooks will be in the slot. Over to the left, they will send Kenny far to the right. There will be a wing back, and if he gets up on the line, well, he's up on the line, and Kenny has backed off. So 2 receivers to each side in motion. The jet sweep coming here. Kenny got just outside of it, but I'm going to tell you what, grabbing hold of it, they called it the dog linebacker. Now it's the dog defensive end. Caleb Newsom runs him down from behind for a sizable loss. And Caleb Newsom, and there's a timeout on the field. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back with Jackson Christian leading.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
We are back, and just in time. Stephanie does a great job of getting us here. She held the teams up just long enough to get the play going, and she didn't know she had that much power. Here's the play. It is 3rd down, and about 19 is what I got, maybe 20. Donald flushed out of the pocket, but he's got some running room, wants to throw. Now he throws it up in the air, and it could be intercepted, and it looks like Blake Rowland, and I think I called him Lance a while ago. Blake Rowland has come up with the INT, and that is Blake Rowland, and I know his mother, Candace, who was a point guard at Wayne County High School, is all excited, and his dad, Eric, probably is too. But Jackson Christian's got 1:01 to put something on the board. Jerry Donald unofficially 3 for 7 with an interception now. And Blake Rowland has got to be a very happy Eagle, and his teammates, I know, are. So we've had a fumble recovery. And now INT, 1st and 10 for the Eagles on the 48-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. They send one of them in motion. Mosley, he's got a lead blocker throwing underneath to Carrier. Carrier breaks one tackle, gets across the 35 down to about the 33. 15-yard pickup, and Carrier now has 3 catches. And there was a lot of attention paid to Jalen Mosley. And we've had a fumble recovery tonight by Goff. 1st and 10. Kelly, with a little bit of pressure, throws the ball. This will be a jump ball. And taking it away and making the steal, and that looks like Trent Carrier. And it is Trent Carrier, and what a job. He stole that one from the defensive back, Brooks. 33 yards on the touchdown pass. Carrier with his 4th catch. 10 for 12 unofficially for Austin Kelly. Second quarter, 35 seconds. Zach Cisco on to kick out of the hold of one Austin Kelly. The kick is up. It is good. And it is 34-7 with 35.2 seconds left. Let's take a 1-minute timeout.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
And I told you Stephanie will get you back on time. She's a jewel over there. And a big touchdown pass, a wrestling match for the football, and Trent Carrier won that one. Now, again, let's see what we come up. We've kicked it different these last three kicks 3 different times. Last one was a nice return. Peabody did a super job. Let's see if the squib or the bouncer is in line here. 35.2 seconds. You do not want Smith. You don't want Kenny to run it. And if that is Brooks out there, he may have got burned, but it's either he or Wilkins. Those two men can motor too. Straight up in the air with the pooch. And it's going to go out of bounds. It'll either be re-kicked from 5 yards deeper or they'll put the ball on the 35-yard line. I don't know. I think I might kick it again, but I'm not coaching. I can make those kind of calls up here.
Coach Clements said kick it again.
I agree with Coach Clements. And we're having, if you wonder what's happening, 2 of my best friends we're having running conversations with and having a big old time. Coach Clemens, you and I are right. We're going to kick it again.
35 seconds remaining.
It's still 35.2. As you well know, the clock doesn't advance. It'll be kicked from the 35. Now, I have seen Zach Cisco kick a mean bouncing kick before. Not an onside. He can make it do the hop or the double hop, but he has kicked some mean ones on the ground. Very talented young man, takes lessons from the former kicker Will Hoyt of UT, and he's going to adjust the ball just a little more. Very meticulous, very smart young man, makes great grades in the classroom. Here's the kick, and there goes the bouncer. And a good pickup by the receiver, and, they said his knee touched the ground. Well, that's what they teach us to do in baseball, is to field those ground balls like that. Is that a replay on that by any chance? Probably not, because they're going to come out hustling. Don't worry about it. If you don't, they can watch the replay. Here comes the replay. We got one, and they're going to watch it. We got all kinds of replays. Bounces. The knee goes down. It's close. I think there's a little error there, isn't there?
It was close. That guy comes from the back, and that's one of those where you're taking an opportunity away from the kid. You got to be very, very sure.
But now, for the Jackson Christian point of view, we'll take that call.
34-yard line.
Here we go, 34-yard line of Peabody. Donald in the backfield. He's just going to keep it. Gets one block, needs another one. He's going to get some yardage across the 40. Stays in bounds, though, is the important thing. On a nice tackle there by Jack Collins. He did have positive yardage. Clock running. And let's see where they mark it. Ball's at the 42. Pickup of 8. And he's going to run again on the RPO, only he was going to keep it all the way. And a really great tackle there by number 55 for Jackson Christian. That is Eli Craig, and the first half comes to an end. Jackson Christian 34, Peabody 7. You are watching on the Jackson Christian Facebook and network. Compliments of Worthy Road Studio Production. Let's take a timeout.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
Great American Sports makes sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson, we specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports, make sports an addiction.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not gonna say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports.
The Jackson Rockabilly, Union and Bethel Universities, USJ, TCA, JCS, and Peabody.
Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers.
Thanks to the sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local. Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
And we're back here. This is Greg Armour, keeping the stats. Let me tell you the stats for Jackson Christian. In the passing department, we was 16 attempts, 14 completions, 304 yards. Jalen Mosley had 7 catches for 167 yards and 1 TD. Daniel Green had 3 catches for 65 yards. Trent Christian had 3 catches for 45. Easton Jones had 1 catch for 27 and a touchdown. And we had 9 first downs in the rushing department. We had 10 rushes for 26 yards. Lawrence had 5 for 3. Jack Collins 2 for 11. Jalen Mosley 1 for 6. And Caleb Newsom had 1 for 1. We punted the ball 1 time for 26 yards. And we had 1 penalty for 5 yards. For Trenton Peabody, they had 3 first downs. They attempted 7 passes, completed 3 for 11 yards. Their leading receiver is number 11. He had all 3 catches. In the rushing department, had 19 rushes for 111 yards. Number 9 Smith had 11 for 75, and the quarterback had 6 for 30. They punted the ball 3 times. They had 3 penalties for 15 yards, and they scored 1 touchdown in the second quarter. Yep, I think this is all the stats I've got, and the score at halftime is JCS 34, Peabody 7. I'll give it back to you, Joe.
Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and when we come back, more football. Good job.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. And a little bit of an unusual halftime. We appreciate those stats by Greg Armour. To recap the scoring, Easton Jones scored on a 27-yard pass with 5:22 to go in the first quarter. We had 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. The first at the 10-11 mark. Mosley on a 77-yard pass and run. The extra point was missed. It's 13-0 at that time. Then in the second quarter, 6:56, Kelly 5-yard run. The extra point was good, 20-0 by Cisco, the extra point. And Peabody put a touchdown in there with 4:18, I believe it was, to go in the second quarter. 56-yard run by Jerry Donald, who broke a tackle. It was a great run. The extra point by DeHaan was good. And then Newsom, they put the jumbo package in there at the 142 mark, 2 yards. And the extra point by Cisco was good. It's 27-7 at that point. And then and I smeared the time. I think it's 37.2 seconds. Yes, it was. Jackson Christian carrier, 33-yard wrestle the pass away from the defender. Touchdown to make it 34-7. Jackson Christian will receive the football. Both teams are out here getting loose. You can see Peabody, only one player of ours, but they were working out in the south end zone. And I knew we had a good attack, but there are still 24 minutes of football. And let me tell you something. Jerry Donald can run like a haint, as the people say. Also, you've got a young man, Smith, who had 144 yards, and those wideouts have good speed. Jackson Christian needs to continue the good defense they've played. And as Greg told you, that Austin Kelly is officially 14 for 16 with 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also, you have Kelly has a running touchdown, and our running game hasn't gained a lot of yardage tonight, but I tell you what it has done. Scored a touchdown. It's helped get a couple of first downs. Daniel Green has 3 catches for 65 yards, and we'll get his total there. And that's 3 catches, and Mosley has 7 catches at this point. And he's got over 100 yards. Matter of fact, I think Greg told you he has 167, started to say 77, 67 yards. And Carrier has 3 catches for 45 yards. And they called one of those a running play, the one he lost some yardage on. So 3 catches for 45 yards, and that is big right there. And, of course, Easton Jones has that 27-yard touchdown pass and 1 catch. We'll receive the football, and nothing, I think, changes. Jack Collins receives football. We've got to hold on to it. Peabody, a very opportunistic team, and anytime you play quickness, you must be careful with the football. The blocking improved, that front line, and we've got 10 young men that can play. At that left tackle spot, you got Tristan Nash and Mickey Davis. At the left guard, you've got Hudson Neubauer and Chandler Kroll. Center, playing most of the way, is Eli Gay, the senior. Hudson Green backs him up. Ty Smith pulls a lot, and he does a good job, wears number 60. He's backed up by Eli Craig, who also plays linebacker. Hunter Waldrop, 53 at right tackle. His backup is Patrick Wilson, and 62. And we've had good performances out of all the young men on offense. And before the night's over, I got a feeling we're going to see Gavin Walker at tight end also. Daniel Green, a senior at 6'6", Walker at 6'4", 220. He's just a junior. Trent Carrier, James Dyer, both having good games. Jack Collins having another one of his good games. And Mason Vaughn, Jalen Mosley, Blake Rowland with the INT. And don't forget about Goff, had the fumble recovery. And here come the Eagles back out on the field with 12 minutes on the clock, ready to start that third quarter play. One of the few times that Jackson Christian didn't get the ball to start the game, but Coach Shane Jacobs, who is a very good coach, got a good staff just like we do. I'll try to name their staff a little more. I named a couple of their people. But the kicker, Derek DeHaan, the sophomore, he will be with them for a couple more years, is back there. Looks like Collins deep, but we'll make sure, and it's going to go in Jack Collins' direction. Good old number 8 fields it at the 12, comes up the center of the field, tries to cut outside, and then gives ground, probably gets tackled on the, will they give him forward progress to the 24, or will they say he was down on the 22? And I don't like that sight right there. Jack getting up slowly. His teammates, like family does, over there very quickly to help him out. Will Huddle on the sideline. The Peabody defense has come back out there, and we will start the football game on our own, or the second half, on our own 23-yard line. And again, 14 for 16 passing, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns for Austin Kelly. Looks like Mosley and Collins to the right. There's an H-back along with Deuce Lawrence, the fake cranking the javelin up, and they won't call anything, but a little, and I don't want to call it rooster fighting, but Kenny and Mosley were a little tangled up, and Mosley didn't get it. That was supposed to be a straight fly pattern. So it is now, it is 14 for 17. It's 2nd and 10 from the 23. Trips right. They hand off to Deuce Lawrence. He breaks a tackle, and the Deuce is on the loose. Down the sideline, the 50, and knocked down from behind at about the 38-yard line. And let's see that replay. The Deuce was on the loose. They actually just angle block zone blocking there, and Deuce, after he gets those initial blocks, steps on it. Gets another first down for Jackson Christian. And they say he may have stepped out of bounds at the 50. 28-yard pickup unofficially, but it's still 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Press coverage here to the right. As you see, Mosley's in motion. The secondary rotates. They loosen up. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a very good chance our wideout, depending on what, they go back to the same play, and the Deuce is going to get at least 4. Push forward for 5, maybe 6 yards. Rumbling in there.
How many times have we seen Jackson Christian with extra 3 or 4 yards on 3rd and 4th efforts? Yeah,
And like I said, the Deuce is on the loose. He picks up 7. That's one of those that I like to describe, and when I say stumble, it's nothing bad about it. He was stumbling, rumbling, all the way to a nice gain of about 7.5 yards. Jack Collins is single covered out here. The bulk of the Peabody defense, they've got 3 down linemen, a stand-up defensive end right now. Linebackers ready to creep up in there. We're looking for Mosley. He gets 1 block. He cuts it back, but they're going to pull him down by his jersey. Actually, they have to get hold of him. He gets across the 40 down to the 38 for a pickup of about 5, his 8th catch. Now got 8 catches for 172 yards. It's 1st and 10. Check the first down count, make sure I'm right. I have got 11 first downs for the Eagles. Collins to the right. Mosley and Carrier to the left. Green at tight end. The tight end is to the left side. The 2 wideouts left. They pull the guards. They had Deuce up in there. He breaks 1 tackle. Gets down to the 30, to the 29. Let's see, they'll probably spot it on the 30, though. But don't pay attention to me. The officials thought his knee went down on the 30, but that's okay. We'll take the extra yard. It is just short of the first down. And we are seeing the Deuce Lawrence that we have all grown to love. And the Deuce, he got loose, but he's going to, before this season's over, you're going to see him jet right into the end zone on a long one. 2nd and 1. You got a down to play with. 2 backs in the backfield with Kelly. They send Collins in motion. There's the pitch. He's got plenty of room. Has Deuce Lawrence, who makes a nice block out in front of him. Jack Collins has got the first down and more. From the 29 on down in there. We'll check that. The 12th first down for the Eagles. A nice run by Jack.
Down to about the 16-yard line, and that moves the sticks.
13-yard pickup. And Collins, what a job he's done. It's 1st and 10. They say the ball is on the 16-yard line. Trips right. Let's see who's in there. It's very important to see where they position. Mosley could go across the middle. They're looking for him. And Peabody has intercepted and stopped this drive. That time there were too many people, and we tried to force the football in there. And the Peabody Tide, is this the momentum they need to get going? And it is first down. The lesson here is that many people are in there. Either eat it, run it, throw it to somebody else. Looks like, is there an injury? There's an injury timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout on the Jackson Christian Network. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5 Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000. And the young man, that's Brooks, I believe, helped off the field. He's shown a lot of courage, got up there, and that hurts. I guarantee you those things hurt. We're trying to send a fellow broadcaster a score that he wanted. My typing is horrible. I ought to have Dan Hughes do it. Dan says, I ain't no secretary. I don't take notes. And he's got, so it's 34-7 here. And Dyer County is leading Memphis Trezevant 24-0. Okay, it is Peabody football on deep in their territory. I've got it on their 3 where they're starting. And they'll run the football there. They got 2 blocking backs in there. Direct snap, just straight ahead running and looking to try to break a tackle. And you don't like to see that few people around the football, but Eli Craig with the tackle. Pickup of about 4. And unofficially about 76 yards, if my math is correct. I may have to do it again. It is second down. The ball is on the Peabody 8. 8:15 to go. Again, with 2 blocking backs in there. And he's just going, okay, this is Wildcat. This is Derek Smith actually running the football. And he's tied up, and a host of Jackson Christian School tacklers are there. We'll try to see. One man was there first and set it up. Was it Carrier? No, it was Mason Vaughn first, and he got help from his teammates. And another first down for the Golden Tide. I have that as their 4th. Of course, they had the long run to get their touchdown. We'll take that yardage off that I mistakenly gave to Donald. Again, going with a middle blocking back, and it's probably a lineman, the way they lined him up. They're just going to go straight ahead. Low arrow type offense. Pickup of maybe a yard. Vaughn in there again. And some of those linemen will try to get those young men because they've been playing good. Now they bring the speed package people back in there. I see 5 Landon Yarbrough come back in. Kenny is back in there, and they take the big boys out. Coming back into the ball game is number 8, Billy Wilkins. It is second down, 9 yards to go. The ball out on the 14. The handoff, they go straight ahead. It was the RPO, and that time a nice hole. Derek Smith keeps breaking tackles because people aren't locking up on him. He's going to have the first down and more. Goff with the tackle, and a saving tackle at that. I've got him with 6 first downs unofficially on the first downs, but a nice run by Smith. And again, I can hear the defensive coordinator, Coach Phillips, saying, gentlemen, you got to lock up on these guys. They're good runners. We got single coverage on each man out here to the left of the Peabody formation. I see Collins is one of them, looks like Mason Vaughn the other. 2 high safety with this particular set, although the strong safety is probably matched to the wingback. Sprinting to his left, throws underneath, and that one's trajectory was down into the ground, incomplete, intended for Billy Wilkins. Good pursuit by the Jackson Christian defense. Second and 10 for the Golden Tide. We're here at Kilzer Stadium, named for Walter Kilzer, a legendary coach in the state of Tennessee who played at Georgia Tech in his collegiate days. The TSSAA started right here in Trenton in the old high school. I believe they had a basement room, A.F. Foster Bridges, but this brings up 2nd and 10. Jerry Donald, the quarterback, going to fake the handoff, throw over, in and out of the hands of the receiver. And right now, Jerry Donald might be suing for non-support on his passes. Now, that one before was thrown into the ground, but that one sailed through the receiver's hand. It wouldn't have been a first down. I see Blake rolling deep. Also in the secondary, I can see Vaughn and Collins. Carrier probably is to the far side, and we don't know if that's Goff or Easton Jones at the other position there. We'll take a look. That is Easton Jones. Roland comes this way. 3 down lineman. Craig, a linebacker, he's going to check the line of scrimmage. He's going to come out in the flat. They're chasing Donald. He fires. It looks picked off by Goff, and boy, Goff has had a busy night. Brooks Goff. Let's see that replay again. Oops, there goes the flag. Guarantee you there's some unsportsmanlike conduct. And, gentlemen, we had such a nice football game going between both teams. Yeah. I don't like playing drop the handkerchief and don't do things. Cool heads win hot ball games. And the officials have gotten both teams away from that. I like it when they conference and they get it right. They have a hard enough time as it is. And we, the fans, fan is short for fanatic, leave them alone, as Ronnie Carter used to say. Let the coaches coach, the players play, and the officials officiate. And Ronnie Carter will be the guest tomorrow on the Saturday Sports Roundup on 101.5. A lot of talk. This one is interesting. Personal foul, Peabody. And it will be moved $15, but again, Goff with the interception. An INT and a saving tackle and a fumble recovery. So Brooks Goff playing a big game. Make note of that number. Number 7. We're going to see the replay right here. Let's see if we can pick anything up. Donald is forced out of the pocket. Good rush there. And Brooks Goff just picked it off. And I'm going to tell you what now, the heat was coming from number 18, Gavin Walker, after the penalty, and that was a big one. Eagles, 1st and 10 from the Peabody 27. 5:35. I thought everybody might be matching quarters or something over there, the way the gang got around there. Here's the pass. It's going to be a jump ball situation and knocked down. 2 people covering. Brooks came across and then another defensive back. So Mosley now getting double coverage. 14-19. Sometimes it's better to overthrow Mosley a little bit. Last week, if you go back and watch the film and see that fingertip catch, he's got good reach. He's a very good rebounder in basketball, and he can even score against the 6'10 guys down in the low block. 2nd and 10 with 5:29 to go in the third quarter. Here's Deuce Lawrence running, and he's going to be close. Does the spin and extra effort get him the first down? And it does. Deuce Lawrence now 8 carries, 57 yards. A lot of heat on these young men out there for both teams. Wouldn't be surprised here in the next few minutes. We don't need to get a water timeout or whatever you want to call it. The officials have that prerogative. 37-7. Jackson Christian with the lead over the Golden Tide of Peabody. Coming to the right, 2 receivers. Mosley's in the slot. There is a H-back, and they're going to give an inside handoff. And I think that time that Carrier moved and had a little – it is. That's the proper call. That is the proper call. And, folks, whether you like it or not, we did do it. It'll back us up 5 and make it, 2nd or 1st and 15. It would have been a very good play. And you say, Coach, how could you tell? There was a hole you could have driven a Mack truck through over there because everybody bit on the first movement. They'll remember that play and come back and run it again. Here comes Jack Collins to the right. Got a wing and a flanker that goes in motion, slow motion. That is Mosley. He'll set up in the slot over here. The fake to Easton. Here's the quick toss. Getting by the people, and Mosley is going to go all the way. It's not long enough to say that he was running to the courthouse building here but 20-yard pickup and a touchdown. Mosley's 9th catch. And here, that's the first score of the third quarter with 4:03. 20-yard pass. And if I could write M's, I can tell who it is, Mosley. Boy, I just messed that one up good. 20-yard touchdown pass at the 4:03 mark. And let's see what is going on here. Zach Cisco. He'd be in the hold of Austin Kelly. No, they're going for 2. I thought it was going to be Cisco out there, and I looked up. There's Kelly, and they're trying to get that point back that we missed. Here is Kelly wanting to run, and he gets in for a touchdown. And I think that one's going to come back, isn't it? A little infraction there. Peabody has an injured player, and this one's going to come back. You see they waved it off. You see the yellow handkerchief. Coming out of the ball game, very fine defensive back, Jamarcus Haynes. Also 52 coming out. And that is Garrison Brown. And let's see what happens this time. They are going for 2 because Easton Jones is in there to running back. Mosley looks like he's going to be wide left. The clock is arrested at 4:03. The snap. Kelly looks going across the middle. It is intercepted, and you can't do anything with that. But now 14 for 20, and he's had 2 INTs. And the conversion no good. We'll take a minute timeout and come back with more football on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
We are back here. We are waiting the start of the action with 4:03 to go in the third quarter. We were discussing leather helmets and interesting things like that. I hate to tell off. I didn't have one. I had one of the new Rydell suspension helmets, and all the ninth graders did, but at Jackson Junior High, we still had about 20 helmets that were leather helmets in 1963. And those things they're dangerous. Dyersburg 41, Lake County 12. That one is at half. And Dyer County leading Tresvant 24-0. We'll check on some other scores. We'll try to see if we can had trouble receiving the comments, and I read some last night at the middle school game. Zach Cisco to kick off. And you need to hear the stuff in the press box. This one, the spin kick, but it's going to spin so much it'll go out of bounds. Let's see if they take it at the 35 or have them kick over again. And probably will kick it again. And I would love to see one of those hard bouncers of Cisco. And it looks like Jackson Central Mary is leading in the third quarter 13-12, if this score is correct. Tipton Rosemark beating Gibson County 21-0 at the end. All we got is a first quarter score. Haywood beating Mace or whatever, Memphis Business 40-20. We'll kick off again. Cisco replaces it. He checked for what the sideline thinks is the appropriate kick. It'll be kicked from the 35, and the other team, Peabody, will move up appropriately. It is the bouncer, fumbled by Denton, picked up by one of the quick running backs behind him, and they're going to hold him to about the 42-yard line. And we're going to have a replay on that one. You'll see the fumble, and then Wilson picked it up, or Wilkes actually. After the fumbled snap, he did the best he could. A couple of Jackson Christian tacklers. Can't see their number because he's on top of them. One of them is Goff, is all over it. I saw Easton Jones with a hand. There's one more. It'll be 1st and 10, the ball on the 42-yard line of Peabody. Donald and Smith in the backfield, slot left. Looks like Blake Rowland, the one high safety here. Mason Vaughn with the coverage of the slot man. They're going to go straight to Derek Smith, or DJ Smith, and he breaks a couple of tackles, gets across. That looked like there was a fumble on the field. And was that Goff coming up with the fumble again? It looked like Brooks Goff. And by some chance, and it's not our workers' fault, do we have a replay on that? I waited too late to ask for that. I wanted to make sure Brooks, but that's okay. I believe that recovery was by Brooks Goff, and that's 2 fumble recoveries, an interception, and a saving tackle on a kickoff return. Pretty good night's work. And the handoff to Lawrence. The guards pull. That's Smith out in front, but they had a man filter in behind our other guard, and they'll tackle Deuce for a loss. And that looks like Elijah DeMoss out there on the field. And if that is, that will be his first appearance in a ball game. Remember, he got hurt playing soccer, and one of the Peabody players down. Let's take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll have more action on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios Network.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
We are back still in an injury timeout as I try to get my mic up to par, and that's me not turning up far enough. And we are waiting. There is a player down, and folks, you always want to take precautions. These young men have long lives to live in front of them, and I don't want them to have to carry 6 knee surgeries. I know a gentleman in his box that's had 6 and a couple of concussions, some broke ribs, and he's up, and this is what's good. Kind of limping. Hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp. And as it comes this way, and I'm sure the Peabody fans will give him a good hand. Yeah, we hope he's okay. Josh Wade Jones, a fine player. And it is second down and about 14. Trips right. And that looks like DeMoss in at quarterback. Now, he's not going to run the ball. They give it to Easton Jones. Easton breaks outside, gets the 5 back, gets more. Easton Jones could go all the way. They said he stepped out of bounds. Oh, it looked so good for a moment. Wow, they said he stepped out of bounds way up there, so Easton only gets 5 out of that one. My, oh my, like in the movie Trading Places, I was about to say, looking good. That is the end of the third quarter of play with Jackson Christian up 40-7. Let's take a timeout and come back with the fourth quarter. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
12 minutes away from the end of this football game. Jackson Christian has a commanding 40-7 lead over a very good Peabody team. They're both young teams. And we are still in this timeout. We'll get you caught up on some stats. Tony shoots it, shows you how basketball coaches are good guys. Sends a comment, great job, Eagles. Jared Clayton says, we get the ball second half. That one left over from the first half. There are actually 48 comments, and I'm sorry I didn't have them earlier. And Jim Roberts says, go Eagles. Jimmy Wright, great job, guys. Boys, that's what he said, boys. Joe Martin, go Eagles. Keith Groves, watching from Florida, go Eagles. Bill Hamilton says maybe one of the finest performances of the offense in a half. Jimmy Vaughn, watching from the Borough. Brandon Beeman, yay, Mason, and our good friend Ben Vargason running with the football is number 8, Blake Rowland. Blake Rowland is loose. One man has a chance. Another was giving support. Now Blake Rowland with a fine run. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles, and a great run by Blake Rowland. Once he gets outside, he can go a long way. Blake Rowland gets that big first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles on the Peabody 18. DeMoss in there at quarterback now. Elijah DeMoss wearing number 1. Easton's on. We got 0 and 1. How many times you see that in a backfield? Easton Jones wears 0, and we've got another timeout, and we're bonusing timeouts here. We'll be back after a minute timeout on the Jackson Christian Network.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
We are back. I'm sitting here reading comments, some nice ones. Sam Reichert says, watching from Memphis, go Eagles, and I haven't been able to pull them all up. It's working great right now. Team's working better. Fake DeMoss's pass on the look in, but a nice hit, well-timed hit on Jack Collins, who is usually very sure-handed. But one of the defensive backs, I did not get his number for Peabody, and bless his heart, the one that's Brooks, comes up limping a little bit, but a good hit. And DeMoss now 0 for 1 passing. Play looked good, though. And it looks like Nash and Neubauer still in there on the left side. And we'll check and see if Eli Gay is still snapping the football. Deuce Lawrence in there. Mason Vaughn in there. Mason's played some good defense tonight. Collins comes to the left. Dyer in there. Mosley on the bench. The toss to Deuce Lawrence. He'll get 1, 2, and driven back by 2 tacklers for Peabody. And we get a nice replay here coming up. Watch Deuce. He gets 1 block. He needed a second block, though. But he did pick up a couple, or actually they're only going to give him maybe a yard, or now we get the proper spot. Deuce is going to get 2 out of that one. He's at 59 yards unofficially. And we got another injured player down. Let's take a 30-second timeout while they attend to the injured player. We'll be back after 30.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spot even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
And we are back. Camera 1 giving you that great shot. Billy's up there. And I've got some really good help. Stephanie's my director. Adriana, who always does a good job. Our executive producer is Paul Schultze. And Paul also signs the check, so we like him a whole lot. And should I have said that? I already have. We love Paul Schultze. Darby Palmer and his staff doing a good job. Chase McLean, thank you for those spotting charts. They really helped. And I want to thank my 2 comrades here for making space for my Dunlap self. That means you've Dunlapped over your belt line here, but they squeezed me in. They are good guys. They always have been. And trying to get you some updated scores, and I would love to get – here's a couple of new ones. Julie Braswell, way to go, Eagles, watching from Savannah, Georgia. So proud of the Eagles. Joan Bird. And, folks, I'm getting up the later ones. The earlier ones, I had internet problems getting them. Here come the Eagles back to the line of scrimmage with trips left. DeMoss and Lawrence in the backfield, or is that Roberson? Will pick the numbers up. DeMoss wears number 1. And that is, he's going to run it. I didn't think you'd see him because he gets a block, turns the corner, and runs wisely out of bounds. He was going to be hit and knocked out anyway, gets down to the 14. 4th and 6. Fourth and 6. And let's see what happens. They're going to leave the offense out there. The clock is a running clock right now. DeMoss, your quarterback. Dual receivers to the right. One to the left. DeMoss wants to throw, cranks the javelin up, throws towards the end zone, and he made the catch. And let's see who that looks like. Is it 25 or 85? And I cannot see. We're going to keep our eye on it. Here comes the replay. And that is Green. And the big man catches it, and he's had a good night also. Green's fourth catch and a 16-yard touchdown. Here comes Cisco in. The kick is up. It looks good. It's over the concession stand, and it's 47-7 with 8:35 left. Let's take a 1-minute timeout on the Jackson Christian Worthy Road Studios network.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
McCoy's Heating and Air specializes in more than just HVAC services. Our service department has expert plumbers to handle a wide variety of plumbing issues. Do you have a dripping faucet, broken toilet, or broken water heater? Whatever the issue may be, contact McCoy's today for quick service. Call McCoy's Heating and Air at 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
And we are back. Clock is a running clock, 7:25. Here's Cisco's kick. He's going to kick the line drive, and a nice catch by the up man. He gets across the 40, and Denton drives across the 45 to the 47. Good catch by Denton that time. Jackson Christian with substitutions on defense will try to pick up the young men that are out there. See Lucas Witherspoon making an appearance, a promising young defensive linebacker or lineman now, and he can play offensive line, 5'11", and another Peabody player is injured. Also out there is Eli Smith wearing number 20. Carlos Roberson is a defensive back out there now. Deuce Lawrence getting a little work at the one high safety position. We'll pick up some more of these young men. Peabody is going to have a slot right. One single receiver to the left, 1st and 10 on their own 47. Jerry Donald still in it, quarterback. He cuts it back against the grain, and the tackle was made by the man I just called out, Lucas Witherspoon. And Lucas is going to be a good one before it's over with. Had a foot injury that kept him on the shelf for a long time, and he's getting better all the time. Jackson Christian defense, folks, offense had a great night, but say something to those defensive guys, and the offensive linemen with some adjustments have played good. 3-down linemen, a stand-up linebacker. They go straight ahead with the running back, and it looks like the initial man to hit was Nayland Rowe, number 50, a 9th grader. Wilkins on the carry for that one. Also in the ball game, and we'll try hard Patrick Wilson in there at defensive line. James Dyer, who has played some earlier a little bit, but he's getting some significant playing time now. He fills in on the depth chart and comes in and plays some good football. Man coverage, one high safety. The snap to give to Wilkins again, or Wilkes, and he's going to get good yardage and have that first down. He's going to pick up about 10 or 12. Clock running at 4:44. And another first down for the Golden Tide. We'll get official stats from Greg. Ben Vargason watching. And it looks like Awanda K. Bond Norman says, "Let's go, Carlos." And Randy Salas, good catch, Daniel. And you're right, Randy. How's that baseball up there at Cumberland? I got to interview the legendary Coach Hunt up there one time. And a nice run by Wilkins. He's going to get another first down and gets about a 15 to 17-yard pickup. And I have that as the 9th first down as they are moving, they being Peabody, moving the football. Everett Scott also in at one of the cornerback positions for Peabody. We'll try to pick up, they have some substitutions out there. 3 down lineman, a stand-up linebacker, middle linebacker, and our defense spread out just a little bit. Long count, given again to Wilkins. And that time, let's all meet at the gain of, I know number 12, Kelsey Rose, was in there on that one. A couple other young men, a pickup of 1. Wilkins wears number 8, the junior. He's a running back, a wide out, coming into the game for Peabody. We'll get the subs in. Edward Agnew, a freshman running back. And Donald has the snap coming to him. Slot left. They pull a guard who leads. And this young man can run. He's across the 15 and down to about the 12-yard line. So at least an 11-yard pickup for him. And that is Edward Agnew. And again, I will remind you, he is a freshman. 237. Eagles got some of their young men in there too. We'll try to pick up who new safety. He's been in there for a couple of plays. And, of course, back there with him is James Dyer. Donald still at quarterback. Agnew in the backfield with him. Donald's going to keep it, stumbles, regains his balance, gets outside, and was initially hit by 4, which is Carlos Roberson for us, or Carlos Roberson. And out there was also number 20, Eli Smith. Mickey Davis in there on the defensive line. Mickey plugged up the hole there, but they bounced it outside. 140 and counting. The ball is on the 8-yard line. Peabody trying to stick one more on the scoreboard. Goes down a little bit high to give to Agnew. Agnew's going to take it to the house and touchdown standing up. Agnew in for an 8-yard touchdown run. We'll get a possible replay. Agnew, 8 yards. Let's see, is that DeHaan or have they switched kickers? I can't see the number. I would think DeHaan would try this one. The kick is up, and it looks good, and the officials say it is good. It's 47-14. 40-something seconds left. The clock is running. It may run out. We'll keep it here. Want to thank Terry Clement and Dan for their help in this broadcast. Shane Jacobs and his staff for what they have done for us. And, of course, Chase McLean, Darby Palmer, getting me a lot of that. And the man who always helps out quite a bit, Greg Armour, the press box being named for him over there. And this is going to be a final. We've got about 9 seconds left, 47-14. As you can see, the victory line start. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have stats and comments. A 3-minute timeout on the Worthy Road Jackson Christian Network.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be the
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction. Located at 125B Old Hickory Boulevard, East in Jackson. We specialize in teen sports for youth leagues, schools, and churches. We can embroider and screen print team uniforms. We also have sports equipment, Under Armour, and Adidas clothing, and anything else you need for your teen sports. You can email or call us for all your teen sports needs. Great American Sports. Make sports an addiction.
The best thing to order is when you are sitting at soccer practice, order it through your phone while you're sitting there, and then you go and pick it up.
But you're much more of a planner than me.
I am.
And that's what I love about you.
Yes.
You know, I'm not that prepared. It's more seat in my pants.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Had an accident and in need of repairs? If you're being towed, make sure the driver knows where to take it. David White Body Shop to expedite the repair process. David White Body Shop has been in business over 42 years. They have factory-trained certified technicians, and they are a direct repair shop for most insurance companies. They make sure your vehicle is repaired to manufacturer's recommendations. Always insist on the professionals at David White Body Shop. Whether you're relocating into Jackson or just wanting something new and different, call Kenny Sutherland with 5-Star Real Estate Services. He can help make your dreams become a reality. With over 20 years experience and helping over 1,000 families with their new home purchases, there's a reason that he is your new construction expert and home buying specialist. Call Kenny today, direct at 731-444-1164 or 731-661-9000.
This is Lee Johnson.
And this is Jason Lockridge from Southern Capital Advisors.
We're thankful for the Jackson Christian family and are honored to help lay a foundation that will build our community for years to come.
Welcome to Southern Capital Field, and go Eagles!
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
And we are back. Hopefully I'm getting all these, and next week we'll hit the internet a little better with the comments that some of you have made. Great ones. Chuck Marsh says last trip to Trenton was a win at the old, actually that was Freed Field that they were at, historic Freed Field. Chuck Marsh says, way to go Eagles. If I read one of these twice, Fran Griffin Baker, let's go Mickey Joe. And a great one, Fran also retired. Fran Griffin Baker replied to Elwanda. It says, great job, son, Caleb Newsom and Cedric Anderson in the first half. And yes, they did. Fran Griffin Baker, love those two. Great guys, and we agree. And I see a heart out beside that. So some great comments. Folks, I'm sorry I could not get all of those. Alex Grove said, go Eagles from Florida. I think I said that one earlier. Florida State champs 2006. Well, they were champs in 2006. Peabody has won 4 titles. Jackson Christian won. Peabody goes back into region play. We're still out of region play as we travel to Good Pasture next week on Labor Day weekend. If you can't be there, we'll have this game. We'll give you a starting time on the Eagle Show Tuesday night. We are waiting Greg Armour to finish the final official stats. That was a nice pass. It was good to see DeMoss working. And while we are waiting, we'll give him a second or two more. Great night by Mosley, Kelly. But those offensive linemen, after some early difficulties with blitzers and people beating them off the edge and almost block punt that only went 26 yards, the offensive line for Jackson Christian picked it up and went with a 47-14 victory here at Walter Kilzer Stadium, or Kilzer Stadium, I think they just call it by that. A beautiful field, a hot night, a hot game. We may not be able to get Greg on. Hopefully on the Saturday Sports Roundup we'll have some official stats tomorrow. But this is Worthy Roads, a copyright broadcast. The directing was by Stephanie Janda. The replay, Adriana Hicks, who always does a great job. Cameras by Billy Boland, executive producer Paul Schulze. Your play-by-play man was Coach Joe Holloway. We want to thank all the people at Peabody that helped out, including my two comrades that also work for Worthy Road Studios, Terry and Dan. And thank, like I said, the crew at Jackson. Thank those of you that sent great comments in here when we were finally able to get those up, and I'm looking one more. Here he is. Thank goodness we are going to hold it, because you need to have these. Give us a second. I'm going to hand these over my head, and maybe he can talk and hold them. Give Greg a chance to adjust. Take them out. I'll hold that for you.
All right. For Jackson Christian, we had 14 first downs in the passing department. Kelly attempted 21, completed 16 for 324. Elijah DeMoss attempted 2, completed 1 for 14 with 1 TD, and Kelly had 3 TDs. In the rushing department, we rushed 20 times for 131 yards. Leading rusher, Lawrence Deuce, with 11 carries for 68 yards. We had 4 penalties for 20 yards, and we scored 47 points. For Trenton, they was attempted 10, completing 3 for 11 yards with 2 interceptions. They rushed the ball 32 times for 178 yards. They lost 2 fumbles. Leading rusher was Smith. He had 16 for 109 yards and 1 TD.
What about Brooks Goff tonight? Big defensive night?
Brooks Goff had 3 turnovers. He had 2 fumble recoveries and 1 interception, Joe.
That is a super night, man. He had a touchdown-saving tackle on a kickoff return, too.
That's
correct.
correct.
He may have saved a touchdown on a run up the middle.
That's correct.
He played some defense tonight.
He played some defense tonight.
Blake Rowland came up with some stuff.
Blake Rowland had 3 carries there for about 25 yards. So, you know, some of the young kids stepped up there in the fourth quarter.
It really did. Greg, your thoughts before we wrap this one up?
Well, you know, we just got to get ready for a good pasture next week. It's a road game in Nashville. So we want everybody to either, if you can't come out, to listen to us on Facebook. And Joe will be bringing you play-by-play, and I'll be bringing you the stats.
Absolutely. Greg, we thank you for that. I know, folks, you can barely hear me. Greg, if you can hold for just a second, we're going to wrap this one up. You see the great people that brought you this game, and we could not do without Greg because his stats are accurate. I'm trying to do 3 people's job, and I don't do always as good on the stats, but I was closer tonight than I have been getting back in practice. What a great job he does. Remember, that's the reason, over 35 years of service to Jackson Christian. That's the reason the press box is named for him. Again, for this great crew showing here, we're going to say, don't forget, this is a copyright broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or further use of this contest without the express written consent of Worthy Road Studios is prohibited. Thanks for your time. This time, till next time, good night, all.